it. It's not a problem. Welcome, Alex. Hope all is good. So nice to see you
Thank you.
again. Okay, so let me introduce you. So the topic today we talk about formulating winning strategies in VUCA world, an integrated and adequate, adaptable approach. Okay, I think you wrote a very nice article also on this topic. Okay, Alex Milovanvich is a board level strategy advisor with 30 years of experience, over 30 years of experience, international experience across Africa, the Balkans, the emerging markets. As founder of business strategy in the Balkans, he guides boards, executive teams in navigating complex, risky, and transformations. His expertise spans strategy planning, change management, operational turnarounds, supported by leadership roles in consulting, engineering, and market risk analysis. So, thank you, Alex, for joining all the way. So, maybe you can do a quick round of introduction if I miss something, and then over to you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. First, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. From early morning in Americas to evening in Australia. Here, where I sit now in Belgrade, Serbia, is late morning, and I believe it's early afternoon there where you sit. Thank you all, and thank you, Free Strategy, for this opportunity. Okay, I believe technically everything is in order. Can you
Yeah,
see my slide?
yeah,
Okay,
we can see.
now it's a full slide. Okay, you see it.
I can see the slide, but not in this slide show
Hmm?
it. Yeah.
Can I start?
Mhm. Not in the slide. Not in the slideshow format. It is in the open format. Yeah, normal
Okay,
format.
can I carry on?
Can you just try again to make it presentation mode?
Can you see this?
Mhm. I can see only the PPT without presentation mode, normal mode.
Okay, can you see this?
No, not yet. Maybe you need to reshare it once again if you don't mind.
Okay, I'll stop sharing.
Yeah.
And then reshare. I can't find it. There is a problem. But
No, just when you click share.
yeah, but the
So you.
problem is when I click share, first, for example, I don't see you
Mhm.
anymore. And when
Yeah,
okay,
that is
when I
true.
click
That is true.
share, it
Yeah.
doesn't give me the other window. The other just gives
Mm-hmm.
me this
Correct.
window.
Yeah. That is true.
That's
That
the
is true.
problem. We have a spare
Mm-hmm.
solution. Praveen has my presentation. He can put it on the deck.
Naveen, can you do that? So you can join it and then share it.
Yeah, I don't need to share. He can put it, and I will just say, move on, move on. Next slide, next slide.
Yeah.
That's because I something is wrong here. It doesn't.
Yeah. 1 minute.
It
Yeah.
was there, but suddenly disappeared.
No worries. Praveen, do you need help? Praveen, you can share me the presentation if you want.
Yes, sir. It is loading now.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome.
I really don't know. It was on the screen and suddenly disappeared. Why? Nobody knows.
You cannot see still, Praveen.
Okay, maybe you can
Yeah.
try now.
Now is able to use it.
Okay, can you see this my screen now?
No, not yet. No.
Okay, then you have because it on the screen. I actually see my screen under my image.
Yeah, just if you want to share the screen, okay, and then you will get a window.
Yeah, I see a small window.
What happened? Yeah.
It says
No,
the
something
studio
coming up.
restream says I don't know. Okay, now you see. I see it.
We can see
This is my screen.
screen is
Okay,
okay.
Yes, sir.
Open the
okay.
PPT.
Do you see this?
Yeah. We are seeing the folder. So Praveen, can you share me the PPT? I can share it from my side if you want.
But you
Share me on the
have a
Teams.
look. I think I'm sharing screen because it's on your screen. I see a small screen, my screen.
No, sir.
It is there, just on the RAM stream on the rest stream window. I see my screen actually.
Okay. So let me do that. I got it.
Okay, it's underneath of my window, my image. Here it is. It's in the middle now. It's on the main screen.
Yeah. Now we can see it, but it is not in the presentation mode.
Okay, that's the start. Okay, I'll move it to the presentation. That's no problem. Are you happy now?
No, that is a problem. Yeah.
Then I don't know. Okay. That's the only thing. You see my screen. I move it into a slideshow, and you should see the slideshow.
Okay. Now, if you want me to share, I can do that. Yeah. Let me share it.
Just wait a little bit. And it says it's sharing.
Let me try to share it. Can you see it?
I see. It's in the middle on your screen. It is on your screen. I think everybody can see it.
Yeah. If you can see, I can change the slides. If you instruct me.
Okay, but this is from Praveen. This slide is from Praveen because I changed.
No,
Okay, can we carry on now?
no. Now it is changed.
Go to the back to the first
No?
slide, please. Okay,
Yeah.
I will say when you need to change to move on slide by slide. Is it okay?
No problem. No problem.
Okay.
Please carry on.
Okay, sorry for this inconvenience, technical
No problem.
problems, but I don't know what to do. Okay, anyway, I'll go to my screen now. Okay. Formulating winning strategies in the VUCA world, integrated and adaptable approach. We all know that strategy formulation is essential to organizational success, of course, and execution as well. Yet, how many businesses truly feel they have a practical and effective approach? Often, While numerous strategy frameworks offer valuable insights, they tend to focus on isolated aspects or introduce theoretical complexity that actually hinders progress toward generating sound, clear, and actionable strategy. Unfortunately, many strategy workshops, and I've done really many of them, still get overloaded with theoretical lecturing and are dominated by reports using various analytical concepts. Instead, this method I'm presenting today is structured, logical, questions driven, far more engaging for all participants, and strictly outcome oriented. The promise is simple. By answering all the right questions, which I'm going to present you today, you will generate your strategy. So with this, let's move to next slide. The title is Understanding the VUCA World, is right? Okay, let me first explain what that VUCA means. V is for volatility. It is rapid, unpredictable, and often dramatic changes in market conditions, technology, or global events. For example, sudden shifts in consumer demand or disruptive technological breakthroughs. Remember what happened to Kodak some years, a long time ago, but okay, they were leader and suddenly digital appeared and they lost it. U from the VUCA is for uncertainty. It's lack of predictability, the inability to forecast future events or outcomes with confidence, despite having information. For example, unclear market direction or the long-term impact of new regulations. Just think of tariffs. C is for complexity. It's a multitude of interconnected factors and variables. It's tariffs, trade, and geopolitics, and technological breakthrough. Really, you have to put all those factors into your strategy, and it is very complex and really challenging. And A stands for ambiguity. It's lack of clarity, with situations being vague, open to multiple interpretations, and information often incomplete or contradictory. For example, emerging business models or new market spaces with undefined rules. Okay, we are ready to move to next slide. The title of the slide is VUCA Impact on Strategy Formulation. Okay, yep. So how does this VUCA impact our work? It forces us to move from predict and plan to adapt and learn. Long-term fixed plans quickly became obsolete. Strategy must be an ongoing iterative process. There is increased need for agility. Organizations must rapidly respond to changing conditions and pivot strategic direction with speed. Emphasis must be on continuous sensing. You have to open your eyes and look around all the time, constantly. So constant monitoring for internal and external environments is crucial to identify shifts and inform decisions. Those who react first will have the advantage. If you miss some change in your environment, it's at your cost. Focus on resilience and responsiveness. Strategies must be robust enough to withstand shocks and flexible enough to capitalize on new opportunities. And then transparency and clear logic. In uncertainty, transparent decision-making processes build trust and facilitate buy-in. So this is what I'm going to present you. This methodology is designed to be transparent and logical. Then you can understand it. That is the most important thing, because if you don't understand, if you don't see it, you don't understand the logic behind your strategy, then strategy is probably wrong. Move to the next slide, please. The title is Why This Method Wins in a VUCA World, right? Okay, have you changed this slide?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
So, as I said, it is I'm integrating in this model more than 10 different theoretical concepts. From Porter, Five Forces, Blue Ocean, VRIO. By the way, it's VRIO is value, rarity, imitability, and organization, and down to playing to win. I will share the link to my article after this presentation, and the article is far more theoretical, 4,000 words. You will find all those theories and alignment of my methodology with other theories, but I won't bother you more here with theory in this presentation today. Next is my methodology gives you structured clarity, breaks down complexity into 9 logical, objective-driven steps, each anchored by powerful questions that clarify intent and promote disciplined analysis. Adaptability is built in, encourages iterative refinement at each step, making it responsive to fast-changing environments without losing strategic direction. The methodology is opportunity focused, surfaces latent demand, unmet needs, and non-customers. It is actually coming from Blue Ocean strategy. By the way, for those who understand, who learned before Blue Ocean, helping organizations convert ambiguity into first mover advantage. Ambiguity, sorry. It is AI ready. For those ambitious who want to automate it, it is designed to integrate data, forecasts, and AI tools throughout the process, enhancing predictive power and reducing cognitive overload. And it is practical and theoretical. Okay, we can move to the next slide. It's a slide of it's an image of the methodology, right? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Do you see the image?
I can see the step 1. Yeah, the image is there. You want the
Okay,
image?
okay. The title of the slide is Strategy in Motion, the Evolving Spiral of Dynamic Formulation. Okay, you see here 9 steps. They are all in a logical sequence. I'll explain it to you. It's starting for our current context, which is dynamic and uncertain. Starting with knowing yourself. That's what I call know-how. Then you learn external environment, external analysis, and carry on through those next steps down to continuous refinement. So strategy has to learn and refine itself all the time. And we are going into a future context with even more uncertainty and probably even more complexity tomorrow. So we can move to the next slide, please. It's step 1, know-how.
Yeah.
Okay. The objective is to define the organization's core strengths and unique expertise, ensuring that all strategic choices build upon a solid foundation of sustainable competitive advantage and value creation. So remember, questions in the strategy session, in the strategy workshops are driving your activity. So those key questions you need to ask your audience are, what is our know-how, and do we possess any competitive advantages out of our know-how? Are these advantages sustainable? How can we create value for both our customers and ourselves, including innovative value? So the weight is on our core capabilities. we are starting, our core capabilities serve as a strategic anchor for developing our future strategy. So I look for examples of this. For this first step, I will start from one example from India. It is Reliance Jio, India's telecom disruptor. Their know-how lies in cost-optimized digital infrastructure and scalable platform ecosystems. Their competitive advantage, what is it? Building a nationwide 4G network from scratch, it's now already 5G, with ultra-low data prices bundled with free voice calls. Is it sustainable? Oh, yes, by vertically integrating fiber optic networks, partnering with local content creators, for example, GeoSound, and leveraging parent company Reliance's retail empire, GeoMart. Their innovative value, what was it? Pivoting from telecom to a digital services hub, using their brand GeoMoney and GeoHealth. This actually, their move, mirrors Apple's ecosystem play but rooted in emerging market affordability. Okay, that was my first step. Now, moving to the second step. It's next slide, please. Step 2. Is it slide on? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Please, I need to hear your voice. I can't move on.
Yeah. 1 second.
Okay, it's step 2, right?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Okay, I can hear you. Okay. So let's move.
Step 2.
Let's move. Yes, step 2, external analysis. So after we learned what is our strength, our know-how, we have to learn our environment. So objective of this step is to assess external forces that influence the organization's success, identify emerging opportunities and potential threats to align the strategy with broader market dynamics, and uncover new market spaces by recognizing non-customers and latent demand. The questions we are going to use are: what trends, forces, or disruptions are shaping the external environment? What opportunities can we proactively seize before competitors do? What risks or threats are emerging, and how can we prepare or respond? Are there adjacent or entirely new markets we can explore? When we keep sensing and looking around all the time, it enables our early detection of volatility and market shifts. It fosters our proactive mindset. So the example here is, take Jumia Technologies from Nigeria. It's Africa's e-commerce pioneer. Their external analysis revealed 2 game-changing opportunities. First, Africa youth-driven digital boom, and second, the lack of formal retail infrastructure. What were their threats? Logistics chaos and cash-dependent customers wary of online scams. Jumia breakthrough, what was it? Building its own logistics network and payment solutions. Jumia Pay, that's the brand. Turning these constraints into advantages. By targeting known customers, millions excluded by traditional retail, they unlock a $500 million market, even more than that. It's like Netflix, but for Africa's unique challenges, proving volatility can be tamed with proactive analysis. Okay, now when we know ourself, inner self and external, we can move to find to decide on our competitive approach. It's the slide step 3, generic strategy.
Yes.
Objective, it is to define the organization's competitive approach to guide the organization's resource allocation and market positioning, whether through low-cost leadership, differentiation, focus strategy, or an innovative alternative. Our key questions are, what type of value will we deliver, and how will it stand out from our competitors? Will we lead through cost efficiency, differentiation, niche focus, or a new strategic logic? So I'm fully open, and you must be fully open. If you invent some new strategic logic, please carry on with that. How does this approach align with our capabilities and market dynamics? In this complex environment, choosing a clear competitive approach upfront provides a vital anchor, reducing ambiguity in decision making later. We'll come back to later to this order why this step 3 generic strategy is here. So the example, a strong example for this is coming from Middle East. Almaray, it's a Saudi-based food and beverage giant. By addressing the question, what will our generic strategy be, we see that Almaray has adopted a differentiation strategy within the highly competitive dairy and food sector. Rather than competing on price alone, Almaray focuses on premium quality, freshness, and trust, supported by full vertical integration from farm to shelf. This strategic choice allows it to control quality at every stage, reinforcing its brand promise. Will it adopt an industry-wide or niche approach? Almaray competes industry-wide, targeting a broad consumer base across the Middle East with a diverse product portfolio that includes dairy, juices, bakery, and poultry. Its differentiation is sustained through continuous investment in technology, logistics, and marketing, positioning it as one of the most trusted and recognizable food brands in the region. With this, I'll move to next slide. Step 4, target customers.
Yeah.
Objective of this step is to identify customer segments and their specific needs to ensure alignment with the organization's strategy, maximizing market impact and positioning. Our key questions are, who are our most strategically relevant current and potential customer segments? What unmet needs or pain points do they face? How do our capabilities align with the needs of these segments? By focusing on identifying specific customers' needs, we are actually clarifying who the strategy is for and what matters to them. Coming back, who are our intended market segments, and main thing, what are their unmet needs, what we can meet that our customers couldn't do. So my example here is compelling one of Lego, iconic Danish toy manufacturer. When asking which customers should we target, Lego expanded beyond its traditional focus on children to identify 3 underserved customer segments. First one, adult collectors seeking nostalgia and creative display pieces. Second, educators looking for STEM learning tools. STEM is coming from science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, by the way. And the first segment is corporate teams interested in creative problem solving through hands-on methods. By examining behavioral patterns, not just demographics, Lego uncovered that many adults craved stress relief, creativity, and screen-free engagement in a digital world. What specific needs will we aim to fulfill? Lego responded with offerings like Lego Art for adult collectors, Lego Education for classrooms, and Lego Serious Play for corporate innovation workshops. This redefinition of target customers helped Lego navigate industry volatility, For example, shifting retail channel, changing play habits, and reduce market ambiguity, ensuring continued growth in a maturing and disrupted toy market. Okay, we can move to next slide.
Yeah.
Step 5, offerings. The objective of this step is to define the products and services that effectively meet customer needs, ensuring customer satisfaction, value creation, and sustainable growth. Key questions for this step. What are we offering to our target segments? And how does this align with and reinforce our chosen generic strategy? How do our products and services align with identified customer needs? Are our offerings scalable, adaptable, or positioned for long-term relevance? This step drives adaptability by focusing on solutions that are flexible and responsive to evolving customer needs. So product design today probably won't be the same design tomorrow, even for the very same market customer segment. Why? Because customer needs are evolving with the environment, with the new age. So for this fifth step, my example is one company from Nigeria. By asking what are we offering to our target segments and how does this align and reinforce our chosen generics strategy. Flutterwave, a leading Nigerian fintech company, defined its offerings to address fragmented payment infrastructure across Africa. Initially targeting SMEs and large enterprises needing just efficient cross-border transactions, it offered a unified payment API that simplifies processing across currencies and platforms. This offering aligns with Flutterwave's differentiation strategy, standing out through ease of integration, reliability, and scale. Over time, it expanded to launch products like Barter, it's about consumer wallets, and Send, it's remittance services, to address evolving needs in business to consumer segments. By focusing on customer-centric modular services rather than just payment processing, Flutterwave adapted to shifting digital finance trends, built resilience amid regulatory and currency volatility, and reinforced the value proposition in a dynamic ecosystem. By the way, that API stands for Application Programming Interface. Now I'll come back to the order of this step number 3, 4, and 5. Why is decision about generic strategy in step 3 made before identifying customer segments in step 4 and then only then offering step 5? This question touches the core logic of my methodology. Step 3 defines the organization's competitive approach, e.g. low-cost leadership, differentiation, focus, or some innovative alternative. So this competitive approach, which serves as a strategic lens through which all subsequent decisions are made. It doesn't prescribe tactics or specific customer solutions, but instead frames how the organization intends to win in the market. Once this high-level approach is clear, it becomes more coherent to identify which customer segments best fit that strategy in step 4, and then what offerings will deliver the intended value in step 5. For example, a company pursuing a low-cost strategy would target cost-sensitive segments and design lean offerings. It's very different from the one pursuing premium differentiation. Placing step 3 before steps 4 and 5 ensures that customer choices and product decisions are not made in isolation, but are strategically aligned with the broader competitive positioning of the organization. With explaining this, we can now move to our next slide.
Yeah.
Step 6, markets. The objective of this step number 6 is to identify the most strategic locations and markets for operations and competition, ensuring optimal resource allocation and value capture. So at the strategy workshop, you will use the following question. What geographic markets offer the best strategic fit for our offerings and target customers? What are the early entry barriers and regulatory landscapes in these markets? What is the competitive intensity and growth potential within these markets? And how can we tailor our approach to each selected market? So hidden behind a lot of it is Porter's 5 forces. But again, I'm not. My intention is not to overload with the participants of the strategy workshop with too much theory. The theory is in these questions. So this step supports the diversification and adaptability, but by anchoring operations in environments with the highest potential. That's what we are looking for. The environment with the highest potential, both for the highest rewards and with the least risk. So the example here is when asking in which location of or markets do we want to operate, Walmart, it's a United States company, made a strategic decision to enter and expand in markets where its cost leadership model could thrive. While it scaled back in less compatible markets like Germany and the UK, it successfully grew in Mexico, Chile, and Central America, regions with strong demand for affordable goods and operational alignment with Walmart's logistics capabilities. How does this optimize market impact? Walmart tailors its approach to each region through partnerships, acquisitions, or localized formats, while leveraging its global logistics and procurement strengths. This strategic market selection and adaptation allow Walmart to mitigate risk, allocate resources efficiently, and maintain resilience in volatile economic environments. So now when we decided with the decision about markets, we have to decide on our strategic goals, and that is our next slide, step 7, strategic goals.
Yeah.
The objective of this step is to establish clear, measurable goals that provide direction, create accountability throughout the organization, and not just at the top, and ensure progress towards strategic success. Key questions to be asked. What specific and measurable goals will define our success? Are our goals achievable? Very important. And do they accurately reflect the intent of our overall strategy? This step promotes clarity and focus by defining concrete targets, yet retains adaptability by allowing for periodic re-evaluation. Let me give you an example. Answering what measurable strategic goals will guide our efforts. Etihad Airways from UAE set a bold target to achieve a net zero carbon emissions by 2050, with interim goals such as reducing 20% of emissions intensity by 2025 and 50% by 2035. These goals are not aspirational slogans. They are backed by measurable initiatives like operating eco-demonstrator flights, investing in sustainable aviation fuel, and launching a green loyalty program that rewards carbon-conscious behavior. How does this drive strategic success? These goals align Etihad's brand with global sustainability expectation, attract environmentally aware travelers and partners, and position the airline as a regional leader in green aviation. In a VUCA world, such clarity and commitment provide both direction and adaptability, allowing etiquette to innovate while staying anchored to long-term value creation. Now, only now, when we know what our goals are, we can, with that, we can decide on our resources, and that is the next slide, step 8, key resources. The objective is to identify, align, and allocate efficiently the necessary assets, human resources, knowledge, and technology, and management systems, all that comes with the knowledge, and to successfully execute the strategy. So, key questions we are going to use. What resources and capabilities are essential for delivering on our strategic goals? Which assets should we build, acquire, partner for, or divest? How do we ensure that our resources remain flexible, scalable, and aligned with evolving priorities? This step ensures strategic execution remains resilient by aligning assets with shifting conditions. Through dynamic resource allocation, whether resizing, relocating, or reconfiguring, it promotes agility in volatile environments. So the example here, a strong example of strategic resource alignment is Tata, back to India, Tata Electronics. And there over $11 billion investment in 23-24 in semiconductor manufacturing, positioning India as a credible player in the global chip ecosystem. To address volatility, Tata partnered with Taiwan Powerchip Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation, bringing in advanced technology while simultaneously training 20,000 local engineers, building domestic capability and avoiding talent bottlenecks seen in other markets. To manage complexity, Tata chose to build plants in both Gujarat and Assam, spreading geopolitical and infrastructural risk. It is unlike Intel from United States concentrating investment in Ohio. To navigate ambiguity, Tata allocated a significant portion of its capital expenditure to R&D for both legacy and AI chips, hedging against rapid shifts in demand and technological disruption. With this, now we have our strategy formulated. However, in this constantly changing environment, we move to step 9. It's the next slide. Step 9, final continuous refinement. And our strategy needs to be continuously refined. So the objective of this step, establish a process.
So is it slide 9, step 9?
Step 9, yes.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, establish a process for ongoing monitoring, evaluation, and adaptation of the strategy, ensuring continuing relevance and responsiveness to evolving market dynamics. So the questions you are going to use: how will we continuously evaluate the performance and validity of our strategy? The emphasis is on the word continuously. It's not once off, just now to evaluate your strategy. I'm going to show you later how to do that, but continuously. Next question: what mechanisms do we have in place for learning and rapid adjustments? If you don't have, you have to build. And the third one: how do we integrate new information, insights, or disruptions into our strategic process? You have to establish dynamic iterative approach to strategy that replaces static planning with continuous monitoring, evaluation, and adjustments. A standout example of continuous refinement is US company Adobe, decade-long transformation into a digital experience powerhouse. Facing disruption from the mobile and software as a service revolutions much of it happened in 2010, 2012, Adobe began tracking real-time signals, including cloud adoption rates and shifts in creative workflows using AI-driven analytics. It set predefined strategic triggers, such as committing to a full cloud transition once mobile creative app usage surpassed 35%. And it's a milestone they actually reached in 2015. Adobe then pivoted decisively. It phased out their product Flash, called Flash, in 2017, despite it was generating over $400 million in annual revenue, because it didn't fit with their new strategy. So they got rid of it. Adobe acquired a new company, Marketo, for $4.75 billion to lead in digital marketing, and attempted to acquire another company, Figma, for $20 billion to enhance collaborative design. By the way, they actually failed to do that because of the regulatory obstacles later. The result, Adobe recurring revenue surged from just 5% in 2011 to 95% by 2023, demonstrating how structured monitoring, clear decision thresholds, and bold execution can turn disruption into strategic advantage. And with that, this is all 9 steps. I presented all 9 steps of my methodology, and the step 9 is still carrying on on and on as long as you have that strategy. Move to the next slide, please. Is the strategy sound? Key criteria for evaluation. So it is your bonus slide today. This slide actually originally doesn't belong here, but I added it because I believe it's very important to evaluate. When you finish this process in your strategy room, you have to evaluate your strategy before starting to plan to create a strategy execution plan and later executing it. So first, strategy that you just formulated needs to have clarity and consciousness. Is the strategy easy to understand and communicate? A strong strategy avoids ambiguity and can be succinctly articulated. Logical coherence. Does the strategy follow a clear logical structure? Remember, I told you that at the beginning. It must be logical. If you don't understand the logic behind your strategy, then the strategy is wrong. It should connect objectives, actions, and expected outcomes in a way that makes sense. It must be assumption-driven. Every strategy rests on assumptions about market trends, customer behavior, competitive dynamics, and etc. Are these assumptions explicitly stated, and are they valid? Any assumptions you pull during formulation, you must write it down and keep it for future reference. Next check is adaptability. What happens if key assumptions prove wrong? A robust strategy has built-in flexibility, contingencies, feedback loops, or pivots to adjust when reality diverges from expectations. So you have to build that. You must prepare your contingency strategies, feedback loops, or pivot points where it's called tripwires. Actually, when you check if something should happen, has it happened or not? Whether you need to move to plan B or you can carry on with the plan A. Next one, the strategy must have clear goals and success metrics. Does the strategy define what success looks like? Measurable outcomes and milestones help track progress and validate effectiveness. I highly recommend to use milestones. I always use that. Feasibility and resource alignment. Even the best strategy fails if execution isn't realistic. Are resources, budget, talent, time properly allocated to support it? And you must ensure shareholder buy-in. First, you must ensure that all key shareholders understand the strategy, and then that they buy into that strategy. And with this, I finish my presentation. We can move to questions and discussions. I know we are late, but we are started late due to technical problems. And I just want to add one thing. I strongly advise to read my original article, as it provides theoretical alignments with my methodology, as well as another set of examples. So these examples I find new for today. Link will be on a comment, or I'll try to post it. If any of you decide to go with this methodology, I will appreciate feedback, please. Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah. So let me see it, because I was hiding. Okay. So how can you have start to define any generic strategy before defining your target customer or offerings?
That I explained that. I can come back to that, but the generic strategy is my competitive approach. It touches the core logic of the methodology. It defines organization competitive approach, which serves as a strategic lens through which subsequent decisions on customer segments and offerings come. So let me go back from the beginning. We are starting with inner self, know-how, expanding to learn the environment, external analysis, deciding on our competitive approach that rests on our strength, on our know-how. That's why I have a competitive approach sitting on our strength. And then, based on that approach, competitive approach, what is, for example, differentiation strategy, generic strategy, we are looking for customer segments and product services to offer them, and markets. Okay, that's how I understand. It is, I am not saying that you don't expand your capability, your strength, but at least at the beginning, you must understand what you know, and what more, even more important, what you don't know, and don't make mistake with trying to compete with something that you actually don't know, that competitors know much better. If you, for example, going to compete with the cost advantage when you don't have cost advantage. So if I have a differentiated products before, I'll start with differentiated products. And if I learn that the external environment is losing buying power, for example, the number of potential customers who can't afford high prices is growing enormously, and my market of premium customers is shrinking. Okay, I can move to low cost strategy, but I have to build capability. It is a huge shift. I have to build a complete, for example, production process that and the supply chain, then everything changed. You have to change your inner self, yourself, your capability. So that's why I'm going with the generic strategy first, based on that what I can do, and not on that what I can't do. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. So the question is, so you have the strategy you build based on assumptions. Okay. So now almost always these assumptions you need to validate continuously. So in real time, how these assumptions are validated and who do this? Because it's is it like a team or office of strategy management, or did the companies review the assumptions periodically as part of strategy reviews? So how do they do that, Alex?
Okay. Remember, I told you, when you make assumption, write it down and you have to keep it for future reference. And then in the step 9, if you recall, continuous refinement, I said in those questions, build your systems. How are we going to validate, to keep seeing and noticing all those changes? Okay, let me just go back one slide. So, okay, I'll do it. So, how will we continuously evaluate the performance and validity of our strategy? What mechanisms? So, this is the key. What mechanisms do we have in place for learning and rapid adjustments? Okay, if you don't have mechanisms, we have to build that. We can use AI for external, let's say for pastel. A lot of points of pastel can be found through AI. They are generally publicly available information. For the information of our customers, we can build this. So we have to build information, our own information, and information seeking systems and internal analysis and distribution to those who decide on strategy, that they can early triggers, and they can react early. So the systems we have to build,
Perfect.
and the AI can help a lot.
Yeah. So that's a great session, Alex. So we had
Thank you
some
very
initial
much.
features. So wonderful process of 9 steps. So it's very happy to see that again. Please share
Okay.
your article link. So any of
Yeah,
our
I'm going to try to paste these links. If not, I will send it to Praveen and he can paste in the comments.
sure, definitely.
Okay, just
So thank
now.
you. Yeah, perfect. So thank you. And if there is any questions, we'll post it to you. Okay.
Thank you very much.
So
Good
thank you,
luck.
Alex. Thank you, and have a good time. It's a
Thank you
fantastic
very much.
session. Thank you very much, Alex. Thank you. Wow, it's a wonderful session from Alex Milovanvich. It's a wonderful session. Thank you, Alex.